Hey everybody, so it's Jessica Gordon. I have decided to jump on live tonight just to share a little bit with you about, and really directly to the moms out there that do not have a village. So I was doing some reading and so I wrote this down. According to Motherly's 2021 State of Motherhood survey, more than half of mothers in the United States surveyed say they lack a non-family village that they can call on for support. And I just know that to be true. Like, I know that in our communities, I know that we definitely live in a world, as a former classroom teacher, we live in a world where things are so separated and we live as individuals, like for sure. Like even thinking about my own childhood. So you all growing up, I knew everybody's name on my street, the other streets, like all my entire neighborhood almost. I almost knew everybody's name, first and last name. They knew who I was. I knew who they were. And although they didn't necessarily spend a lot of time in my home, but I knew that if I did something in the street, baby, they were going to go back and tell my grandmother. Like, I knew that. And so, I don't think of villages as, this, we living out in rural America and in a hut. Like, that's not what I think of, but I just think of the village that we used to have where we would look out for one another. So if something was going on, and I don't know why we let go of our villages. Of course, I have several theories. I get it. Like, people don't want people in their business. It's sometimes easier when things are bad and it's difficult to communicate and get through certain situations. Trauma, like there are just so many reasons. I get it, right? But when I think about moms and I think about motherhood, it should not be tackled alone. Like, motherhood 100% should not be tackled alone. It's something that, even if you don't have your parents in town or you don't have family, it's critical for you to find your people. And I know that I'm very thankful for my family that shows up for me. I'm able to show up for them. But also in that same breath, I also understand, like, my mother's sick, so she's not able to care for my children. And it does make it challenging because as a mom, you do need time alone. You do need time with your partner to make sure that you all can maintain your relationship and spend time together and love on each other without the duties of being a parent. So you all, there are just so many critical reasons why I wish that we still had a village. I wish that it was still around. And so to the mama that does not have a village, I just want to encourage you to lean on your people. I understand what it's like to not want to ask for help. Like, you feel like, yeah, I know these people, they love me. They would look out for me if something was wrong. I know that they would take care of me. But when it comes to us asking that question of, hey, can you watch the kids for me so that I can just have alone time? Even myself, I'm guilty where I won't do it. I'll be struggling, tired, overworked, overwhelmed, and will keep my mouth closed. And that's not okay. It's not okay for me to do it. And I also want to encourage you that it's not okay for you to do it because you have to take care of yourself. Please, mama, take care of yourself. And sometimes that requires you to ask someone for help. So, I get it. I just wanted to tell you that I get it. I wanted to share a book that helped me process some of this and just think about how I'm really big on, well, what did we used to do? What were we doing before? Now that I understand a lot more about what we were taught in school, very much so Black history was after slavery, right? But we know that that's not true. So I'm often looking for information of how did the indigenous take care of themselves, because they were living, they were surviving, they had community, they had village, right? And so in this book, What Happened to You, it's by Dr. Bruce Perry and Oprah Winfrey. It's called What Happened to You? Conversations on Trauma, Resilience, and Healing. So there's a lot of information in the book, right? But something that really stood out for me is Dr. Perry talked about how indigenous people would heal themselves by retelling a story. They would heal themselves by holding each other, Baby, go get a hug from somebody. Sometimes you just need a hug, and that is okay. Don't be ashamed to ask for that. As moms, when you're constantly giving and giving and giving, embrace. Like take a moment to embrace one another. Another thing that he mentioned that the indigenous would do, massages, dancing, singing. Those are all ways that we used to heal ourselves, you all. Turn on that music. Honey, if I'm having a bad day, that New Orleans bop, I wish I could play it for you right now. That New Orleans bounce I'm in, baby, it does it for me every time. No joke, okay? New Orleans bounce. Turn it on, shake that ass. I didn't know that I was healing myself, but baby, I knew that I liked to shake that ass to that New Orleans bounce, okay? I can't do it like the girls in New Orleans, but baby, it has healing properties. Other things that the book mentions are creating images of the things that have hurt you, retelling those stories, reconnecting to your loved ones and community. If that means that you need to invite a loved one to you, if you need to go to a loved one, if you need to recreate a new community, because we know that everyone, I understand that family is not always who you can call on, but creating your own community, celebrating together, eating together, sharing together. All of those are ways that we can heal one another. Now, yes, I still recommend therapy. Yes, I still recommend for you to ask someone to watch those kids, mama, because you do need time for yourself. But what I took from the book is just that community is so important. And so tonight, I just wanted to jump on live because I wanted to share with those mamas that do not have a village that it's okay to create your village. It's okay to ask those people that love you. Because if something went down, there's some people that you could call, but you don't want to burden them. If you need to fill your cup, call on them. And so everything that I shared tonight is a little bit or a piece of what I'm going to be doing in the Mom First framework in my course that is going to be launching very soon. And I've always felt passionately about women. Definitely, you all know when I started Liquid Gold Mama, it was all about mamas and you can do this and encouraging them and making sure that we show ourselves grace. And so you all, I am continuing to do that through the Mom First framework. And so I'm super excited to be working again with moms and helping moms. But I'm just going to end with, it's just so critical to heal yourself. And it doesn't always look like what we think it looks like. I grew up in the church. I didn't understand. Like I never considered what indigenous people did to heal themselves. You know what I mean? Like I followed what I knew, which was go to church. Yes, still need to go to church. Still need to read your scripture. Whatever your religion is and whatever it is that fills your cup, yes, continue to do that. But the more I read scientific research and data that my people was dancing to heal themselves, I'm like, this resonates with your girl. That is why I enjoy dancing or singing, laughing, eating together. There's just so many things. So I'm just encouraging you, mama, that if you don't have a village, it is not time to feel sorry for yourself. It is not time to feel that you can't do this thing. Because even if you are absolutely alone, this is coming from someone whose mom is diagnosed with schizoaffective personality disorder, is unable to care for my children. My children's paternal grandmother works full time. She's busy. Okay, so both grandmas are not fully available to their babies, but love them deeply. That ain't the thing. It ain't they don't love them. But I'm just telling you, as someone who doesn't have that traditional village, that other 50% that study was talking about that do have their grandparents, this is coming from someone that doesn't have what you may not have. And I'm telling you and encouraging you that you can do this. I'm just going to be sharing more about this in my course. I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited. Reading books, learning more, because we're going to heal ourselves and we're going to be happy. We're going to be happy. We're going to be mamas. We're going to be working our career and we're going to do it. Period, poo. Night, y'all. Let me know if you have any questions. I look forward to continuing to share with you. And good night. I hope you have a wonderful evening.